Welcome back, you guys. It's me, your boy, Plague Man, back at it again with some more sick content. That's right, you guys. Today's video is huge. It is so big, I don't even know if I'm ready. Are you ready? You better be ready, because today is a world first exclusive. That's right. Today, I am admitting I was wrong. I was wrong about neural DSP. That's right. I can't believe it myself. But the past year and a half has been quite a doozy for neural DSP. So I'm here to tell you why I'm back on the neural DSP train. But first, a message from our sponsor, Dogecoin VPN. Tired of keeping up with separate login credentials for your cryptocurrency wallets and your virtual private networks? Well, worry no more, friends, because Dogecoin VPN cuts out the nonsense and sends your sensitive information straight to overseas crypto scammers. That's right, your browsing history, banking passwords, mother's maiden name, and especially those useless shitcoins you're still holding on to for some reason, all sent directly to Chinese shell companies overseas. And it's all done right by you with no additional fees and 5 clicks or less, and you don't even need the referral of another crypto influencer. Cut that. Be sure to cut that. Use the on-screen code now for 15% off your annual subscription at the link below.
Oh my God.
What's wrong, dude?
It's the voice. It's the voice. I can't do it anymore. Like, it's so fake and grating. It's not me. How does anybody talk that way through an entire video? It's not authentic. I mean, it's not what I sound like. Nobody sounds that way unless you're a 80s radio announcer or something.
It's what the kids want to hear.
Who gives a shit? You know, like the Zoomers are too busy watching TikTok dances and playing the fucking latest Fortnite event. You know, it's not something I'm chasing after anyway. We're not going to get their viewership.
Well, I mean, if you really can't do it, I guess we could just do the whole video in your regular voice.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's do it that way.
Okay.
Just do it with my normal voice.
I guess we're taking it from the top, or...
No, I'm kind of on a roll, I feel like, so I just want to keep going. We'll do the intro again at the end, and,
alright.
You know, we'll pick up later. But don't fuck it up. Don't forget to put the right intro in.
I won't.
Remember what happened last time? Made me sound like a fucking idiot. And, cut this too, obviously.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you let this in? I'd blow the whole door off this fucking channel.
Sometimes it's really hard to admit when you've made a mistake, especially when you have a YouTube channel with hundreds of videos that have no dislikes on them. Obviously, I've got my facts and opinions correct on all of them, right? But in this instance, I think this is a case where hindsight is indeed 20/20. So I'd like to walk you through some of the recent happenings from Neural DSP and a lot of the things that got me back on board, excited for the brand, excited for the future, and that all really starts with their public relations and their marketing. Now, I know you guys just love those soon trademarked Twitter posts as much as I do with the virtual products and silhouette and a countdown to when the product releases. I mean, nothing gets me more hype than that. Unfortunately, for a couple of the products that were released after the last time I spoke about Neural DSP, some of them were a bit of a letdown in more ways than others. We'll certainly touch on that. But the release that really got me back on board with Neural DSP is the Mesa Boogie Mark II C+ Suite. I couldn't believe it with my own eyes. I saw the teaser announcements and I was looking at the head shell and thinking, oh my God, it's like the same size as my Mark IV. I can't wait. Maybe it's going to be the legendary 2C+, and here it is. And I just honestly can't believe with how stringent and how conservative Mesa Boogie has been recently with their branding that they would even allow this to be modeled in the first place. I think this is a huge achievement because you can't get the Mark II C+ sound anywhere else, so you obviously have to buy the Neural DSP Mark II C+. It's a genius move. And you know, I've been saying for over 2 years at this point that we need more plugins like this. More of these single amplifier heads is what I've been talking about for years now. You know, now we need to add the Mark I, the 2B, the Mark III, green, red, purple, black stripes, the 4, the 4A, 4B, the Mark V, and especially now the Mark VII. Because why not? I mean, we've got $100 a piece here. I mean, you're losing money if you don't buy them. So I definitely would like to see basically all of the Mark series family here, and this is a good start. I really hope they take the Fortin route and just add them all, because what could possibly go wrong with that? What I also really like about this, and what really engaged me, and I thought that this is really speaking to the history of Mesa Boogie, is instead of using the C90 speaker, or especially those old legendary Electro Voice Black Shadow speakers that came standard with a lot of the Mesa Boogie cabinets, we have these contemporary cabs with V30s, because we can't get enough of the V30s. We need more of those. So I think that was a really smart addition there. I also really love that Mesa Boogie has the Flux Drive and the Grid Slammer and even a newer line of pedals that could have been represented in the Stomp Box section, and they're not. So that's pretty cool, because now you can actually go out and buy the physical pedals and have different ones in here at the same time that were designed by Neural DSP, which I'm sure is 100% accurate. So that is really exciting. And especially when you throw on the same sort of bucket brigade delay and more or less basic ambient hall reverb that we've had for 14 releases, it really comes into a cohesive package that I think is just something you can't stand to not buy. So when I saw this, I was just losing my brain. You know, it's like they've done it again. I'm back on board. Now, some of you might be asking right now, but Ryan, didn't Neural DSP already release an Archetype Petrucci plugin named after legendary Dream Theater guitarist John Petrucci, who is so famous for playing a Mark II-C Plus that Mesa Boogie made him a signature JP2C Plus with 2 lead channels, which is undoubtedly represented in these 3 non-acoustic amplifier channels here, but with streamlined controls in lieu of the graphic EQ and strange tone stack setup, which also includes an additional piezo amplifier channel, several more effects, and a wah pedal, all for 50 euros more. Yeah, so anyway, I think the 2C Plus is a really cool release by them, and if you already own the Petrucci, then, I mean, what are you doing? You obviously need to buy the 2C Plus to, you know, complete your collection. The only thing I don't like about the 2C Plus is that it looks like the real amplifier, and I know that's what the amp looks like, and I appreciate their attention to detail, but I think this is the art style they need to push. You know, it really separates them from the pack when you have these indiscernible amplifier channels that you can't tell at all what they do just by looking at them. I think that's a really cool feature. And let's just get rid of the realistic stuff altogether. Hell, get rid of the knobs. Actually, just make the whole thing invisible. I think that'd be really fun if you had to kind of click around in the air to try to figure out what controls did and what the amplifier is. Now, oftentimes all it takes to bring back a previously disappointed customer like myself into the fold is a good quality product. But what makes them stay there is sincere and timely communication. And you know what? Neural DSP has got that figured out once again. Here we have a little letter, plugin development update from co-founder and CPO Francisco Cresp. Oh, Crespy. We all love Crespy, don't we? And this was what made me say, you know what? I'm back. I'm back, baby. This is huge. In fact, I'm going to go check out all the stuff that I've missed over the past year. And I think you're going to feel the same way by the end of this, as it reads, I want to take a moment to address the delay in delivering the promised updates to our plugins to include a plugin compatibility for Quad Cortex. I understand this has been a frustrating experience, and I apologize for the inconvenience we have caused. Crespy, my man, what inconvenience? I mean, it's like you're apologizing for not being the #1 bestest plugin company in the world, which you are. I mean, what are you apologizing for? You came out with a $1,600 floorboard. I'm sorry, $1,900 floorboard modeler that from day one promised compatibility with the plugins that were already out and have continued to release, even though you still can't use them on the Quad Cortex. But, you know, that's small beans. I mean, it's like a bonus, really. I mean, anybody that bought it for that is crazy anyway. I mean, it can capture your real amplifier. So why do you even want them? So I think you guys are apologizing for nothing, but I appreciate that you're going above and beyond like that to make people that much more happy with what was obviously a totally finished product when it came out. So they say they're also bringing native Apple Silicon compatibility, which is awesome for the 4 people of you that use that. And we've been juggling 3 objectives with our plugins. Number 1, porting all existing plugins to the Quad Cortex environment to deliver plugin compatibility, which again, like I said, I mean, who really cares? I mean, you spend $2,000 over here, you spend $3,000 over there on the plugins. Why would you want them to work together? I just don't see it as even being necessary. And again, if you thought they were, actually going to do that based on them writing it on their product page, I don't know what to tell you. Like you're just a gullible child. Number 2, update all existing plugins to use our ATI algorithm and implementing new core features such as transpose the doubler, the metronome, the larger window size, and making other quality of life improvements. Again, this is Neural DSP going above and beyond here. What are you apologizing for? It's not like people have even been asking for this stuff. We just want more of the new stuff. Keep cranking out some plugins every 3 months. Everything else is old news. Who's using Plenty and Fortin plugins anyway? They don't care about the transpose feature. I mean, obviously, you only added the delay and reverb to the Kali, and no one's complaining that they're not in anything else, so I wouldn't even waste that resource. But I think it's really cool that they're going to do that for free for everybody. And it certainly is quicker than expected. I mean, why wouldn't they put that off for 2 or 3 years and continue to grow their product library instead? It just makes good business sense. As we develop new products, plugin compatibility additionally, blah, 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 and Archetype Plenty undergone several revisions and to be released before summer. Before summer, guys. This summer. For real this time. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm certainly going to be there for it. And I can't wait to update that plugin and never touch, Fortin, Nameless, or NTS ever again. Now, if that wasn't enough, I mean, this already gives me the warm and fuzzies. I don't know about you. But less than 12 hours later, a different marketing-oriented email comes out telling you to chase your perfect tone with all the plugins that have been released up to this point. How amazing is that? Just when they already are telling you about the great things they're doing, they're reminding you to go spend some more money. That way you've got all of them. I mean, of course that's what you want. So for me, a couple words come to mind with this sort of dual-prong marketing approach. Timeliness, like I said earlier, really good opportunity to put out a reminder to go buy their existing products after an apology. I think that's what you always want to do there. But also consistency. There's nothing contradictory going on here. There's a perfect meshing of messaging, and it really makes me feel like Neural DSP has got it figured out from top to bottom. Like, there's no silos that are working independently. All the resources are working towards the same common goal. They're all gelling. There's no conflict from top to bottom. And I just want to see more of this. It makes me really excited for the future. Now, that's all the motivation I needed to go check out the last couple of plugins that I missed. But if that wasn't enough for you, then maybe you should read this last little flyer: 4 reasons guitarists love our plugins. No maintenance or repair costs. I bet you didn't think about that before, right? I mean, your tube amplifier has to get serviced at some point in its life. So, get a Neural DSP, and it's not like you ever have to replace your computer or graphics card or a CPU or upgrade or anything. So there's definitely no maintenance costs associated at all with having a Neural DSP product, which is awesome. Plugins are easy to use because, other guitar gear isn't, especially other plugins. Practice is more fun. It's just 100% of the time it's going to be more fun through this product than anything else you own. And they're great for recording. Again, who thinks of this stuff? Like, I would never have thought to even use that for recording. And this is certainly not applicable to any other plugin you buy. So this is just like obvious. We got to go buy the whole catalog now. So up until this point, I wasn't really on board because these past couple of plugins did some things that I thought were decent, but they didn't get me super excited. But if you look at where these were, where Mark IIc Plus is, you can see a trend, and we're going to the moon. I mean, the next releases are just going to be off the hizzook. So let's see how they improved on Mark IIc Plus versus a couple of their past releases, and I think that'll tell us a little bit about what's going to happen in the future. So their last 2 were the Tone King Imperial Mark II and Archetype Rabia. And what I've been saying over and over is we need more YouTuber archetypes. Now, why Rabia? I don't know. You know, that one's a little bit of a questionable one to me because we also need more prog metal guitarists. So, you know, why wasn't it someone else who has a super unique sound and you definitely can't get with all these other the plugins that they've released before? So Rabia is a bit of a questionable choice, and especially with the Tone King Imperial Mark II, who's wanting these clean amplifiers? You know, Corey Wong, I talked about how weird that one was, and no one was going to buy it, and I thought they should make more high gain plugins. You know, that's what we want, high gain. Just high gain. Remember that, Neural DSP. So going through the effects list here, there's a synth that's too scary. Let's keep going. We got a wah and a couple overdrives, compressor, you know, decent looking stuff. The font reminds me of like a 1950s burger diner, so that makes me happy. We've got fuzz on the Rabia one, and that one again, it's like, what are you doing here? Are we grandpas? Are we playing, you know, freaking Rolling Stones or what? So that one's a bit questionable to me. We want more overdrives. You know, we want more of this, more green pedals, more tone knobs, drive and level, just more tube screamers in general. So keep putting those in. That'll make us happy. And I think that's the right direction to take. Now, the amplifier section is again where I don't really like the artistic choice that Neural DSP took here because it is realistic looking and that's fine and all, but if I wanted that, I'd just buy the real amp, right? This is what I'm talking about. And as good as the John Petrucci signature archetype is, this is on a whole other level. I mean, you can obviously tell that's a clean channel, right? Without the name clean under it. We've got a rhythm channel that's modeled after Donald Trump's bathroom, and obviously a lead channel that's inspired by Elden Ring. So that is really cool. That's what I want to see more of. This makes so much sense to me. And, you know, matching cabinets that are, and they're a little on the dull side. You know, maybe we could have some like cyberpunk stripes going across it, some holographic flares, maybe some lens flare, some bloom, some ray tracing. That would be pretty sick. Parametric EQ is too scary. Stick with the graphic. We got transpose and doubler, which is cool for stereo, I guess. And more stereo delay reverb, baby. That's where it's at. Those are the big ones. If this is not in every single plugin, I'm boycotting because, I mean, it's just like, it's a staple. Why would you want to iterate on that? The Tone King's got some stuff like a spring reverb and like a tremolo and again, grandpa effects. Who wants that shit? So I'm glad that it's been on a steady rise since then. Current job openings, product manager plugins. Plugin GUI developer. Let's see, open application. No, marketing jobs open? Huh. I could have swore they'd fire the guy that used this one fucks on their... Oh shit, I'm still recording. Anyway, so that's my outlook on the Neural DSP recent releases. I'm really excited for the future. You can definitely guarantee, promise, 100% believe, just like that the Quad Cortex is getting plug-in compatibility, that you will see some upcoming NDSP products on this channel. So look forward to that. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon. So I was actually planning to show the plugins in a digital audio workspace like usual, but during the half-hour window I chose to record, iLok is down. You can't write it any better than that, folks.